Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Can you hear us? Just a little sign. Yes. We are more than happy to welcome you to our third LEGO Braille Bricks webinar. I am Marie.
And I am Marc, and we are both the Braille consultant for the LEGO Foundation. And I can see that more and more people are joining us, and that they are coming from, we can say, all over the world, because we have people from the USA, UK, Belgium, France, Italy, and even some from New Zealand. And we are happy that they woke up very early this morning just to attend this webinar. Please, as we will be very numerous, you will be very numerous to attend this session. If you have things that you wanted to share with us and other persons, don't hesitate to use the chat. And you can start by telling us where you're from for now, in which state in the United States, for example, or which city in the UK or whatever. And
we have a good morning from Texas already.
Great. And that's funny because it's morning in the US and it's at the end of the afternoon in France, and quite the same in the UK. So welcome everybody.
Brussels, Essex, Houston, Demrest, Vienna, Germany, Italy, London, New Zealand. Yes.
Oh, Paris.
Bonjour.
Yeah. So maybe, Mary, before we start deeply in what the presentation will be about, maybe you just can tell us a few words about this amazing series of webinars that we are going to start on, that has already started, but that we are on the way.
Okay, of course. Can see people coming again. So during 6 weeks, we are offering that amazing series of 14 different webinars. 2 last week were about learning through play and how to facilitate it. Then 2 this week to discover and learn more about the famous LEGO Braille Bricks and its pedagogical concept. Then we will continue with 10 fun, I hope, and unique hands-on webinars to discover the activities, to watch children learning Braille with bricks, to share tips and tricks, and build together lesson plans.
Yeah. And just a few words for you if you want to register, because some of you, we know that have registered to only this webinar, but if you want to attend and to register for the other ones, just for you to know where to find the information, you can find them easily in the website, that's legobraillebricks.com. In the facilitation section, we will add the information in the chat. And also another way to find, and we can say the easiest one, is to be part of the Facebook LEGO Braille Bricks community. So that's where we share all the information about webinars, about great ideas, and we are now more than 700, and that's the place to be. We can say to have easy access to all this kind of information. So now that we have this information and that people have joined us, I see that some of them are still coming, but we are going to start. I think that we are ready. So yes. Marie, the stage is yours.
Just maybe one last thing. These sessions are recorded and will be available soon on our YouTube channel. You will find the links also on the website and Facebook, so stay tuned. And if you know someone who could not attend to this one, but who want to watch it after, that's possible. So now, today is LEGO Braille Bricks. Just have to share my screen to talk more about LEGO Braille Bricks. It is a 45-minute session, I hope. We'll see. I have to admit people again. And during that session, we're going to talk about 2 different subjects, and they are first LEGO, second Braille, and third bricks. So
that was not very difficult for us to make the agenda for today.
Okay. First, maybe about Lego. I would like to learn more about the history of Lego, where everything started and so on. So can you do that for us, Marc?
Yeah, so we have prepared a short video that will explain the story of Lego Braille, Lego, the Lego company. And there is caption on this video, so we are going to read what is on. So if some of you are visually impaired themselves, so they can have access to what is on the screen. So let's start.
Okay.
The LEGO Group was not always about the famous LEGO bricks. But play and creativity have always been close to our heart. It started in 1932 with Ole Christiansen, a hard-working carpenter from Billund, Denmark. Ole's business saw a tough time. To make ends meet, he started working with his God-friend help. They made yo-yos, cars, airplanes, and buses. The Lego name company came in 1934, and it combines Danish word leg goat, which means play well.
Most wooden toys, Lego toys, were marked with the Lego logo as a sign of quality. The Lego logo has transformed in many ways across the decades. One of the most popular toys from our early days was the Lego duck. Did you know the duck could open and close its beak and even made sounds? Some of the other wooden toys also had moving parts. Cool innovation for that time, proved that every detail matters and only the best is good enough. Since early beginnings, the LEGO Group was focused on learning through play.
Kirk's name was our first construction toy launch in 1936, aimed at developing children's skills and creativity. Our creative spirit was always high, and it never took long to put a Lego idea into action. Did you know when the yo-yo craze ended after the 1930s, we used the leftover yo-yos as colorful wheels? Business was good, but disaster struck in 1942 when a big fire burned down Ole's toy workshop. Instead of giving up, Ole rebuilt his business through hard work and dedication.
In 1947, the LEGO Group started producing plastic toys. Our first plastic bricks were made in 1949, but the design was different. The LEGO bricks, as we know them today, were invented in 1958 when tubes were added inside them. Since then, hundreds of billions of LEGO bricks were made, and they all fit together, no matter how old they are. So that was the short story of LEGO. Now maybe a short story about Braille.
Yeah, so we can say Braille with a capital letter. So what we suggest, we have prepared a text about the story of Louis Braille, who is French, like we are. I suppose that you have noticed that we are not English spoken person. So what we suggest is that to make you comfortable and to take a cup of tea or a coffee like Mary is having right now. And we are going to tell you very shortly with sharing a few pictures of Louis Braille and how does everything came into reality until the Braille code. So
we're going to talk about Braille with a capital.
Yeah.
Louis Braille, yes. Louis Braille was born on January the 4th in 1809 in a small French village where his father worked as a craftsman leather worker. It was outside Paris in the nature. When Louis was only 3 years old, He suffered an eye injury while playing with tools in his father's workshop. His parents called the doctor immediately. Despite the care provided, Louis gradually lost his sight in both eyes. An infection caused by the injury had spread to the other eyes. So at the age of 5, young Louis became blind.
And hopefully surrounded by the love of his family, Louis was very curious and loved learning things every day. He often went for walks with the priest of the village, Father Palui, who introduced himself to nature and religion. The priest was quite impressed by the curiosity and intellect of the young boy, who understood and showed interest in all subjects he was taught. So Father Palui did everything he could to convince the village teacher, Mr. Bécheret, to accept Louis in his school. The teacher agreed, but did not really pay much attention to his new students. He thought, like many at that time, that blind people could not learn. After a few months, the teacher realized that 6-year-old Louis was answering the questions asked in class. From that time forward, Mr. Bécheret did everything in his power to provide Louis with educational opportunities. So his parents, supported by the priest and teacher, wanted to enroll him in the Royal Institute for the Young Blind in Paris. It was founded 30 years earlier in Paris by Valentin Huy. And the school was very expensive and too expensive for Louis' family. But fortunately, an aristocrat from Coubray offered to pay for his son tuition and boarding.
Louis was 10 years old when he arrived in Paris. The dream of an upscale school quickly faded away. It was dirty and smelly. The manager, Mr. Guyet, was insensitive and couldn't imagine a blind person being able to read. However, Louis was determined. He worked hard using the school's few books with embossed letters. Only 2 copies were made each year. The books were heavy and the letters difficult to read with the fingers, but he managed to learn to read.
And 2 years later, in 1821, the new principal, Mr. Pignet, assembled the students to attend Barbier's presentation of his new tactile night writing system. Louis, amazed, learned carefully. Everyone could experiment with the special stylus they created to represent letters with dots. Using the dots, they formed and deciphered the bumps on the paper. It was an immediate success because dots were much easier to read and write than raised letters. But the disadvantages were not lacking. Barbier's system was phonetic, did not respect spelling, did not allow to transcribe punctuation marks or mathematical numbers and symbols or musical notes. Finally, the character closed up to 12 dots, that is a height too high to be read immediately by only one single finger.
Louis tried to find a way to improve this promising system. The use of 12 slots to transcribe 36 sounds seems superfluous to him. So using fewer would allow each character to be identified by the pulp of the finger without having to make any movement. 6 slots can code up to 64 different symbols, and connecting 2 dots in one line increased the number of possibilities even more. So Braille directed his work towards a combination of bumps and raised lines. You can see some of them on the picture. Indeed, by using letters and not sounds, it was possible to write numbers and punctuation marks using only 6 dots. Not only reading speed increased, but words could now be written according to their usual spelling. The gap of Barbier's system were filled.
And in 1825, the first version of Braille code was presented to the principal. 3 years after, at the age of 18, Louis Braille became a teacher and won numerous awards in all fields. That means he was really a smart boy and smart teacher. because he won awards in grammar, arithmetic, algebra, geometry, history, geography, and music, also with cello, piano, bass, organ, and we can say that everything was easy for him. And in 1829, the first presentation of Braille method was finally published, a method for writing words, music, and playing song using dots for the use of blind and arranged for them. Braille code was born using a complete code composed of combination of dots and lines.
In 1837, the definitive version of this alphabet was published, in which the use of raised lines disappeared. And the same year, the first book in Braille was also published. It was the Précis of History of France, divided into centuries. It took a few years for Braille code to be accepted and used. In 1850, this alphabet was officially adopted by the Institute for the Blind in Paris. Braille died on January the 6th, 1852. Soon after his death, Braille code was adopted throughout to Europe and China. In 1858, this transcription system was first used in a school in the United States. And one last little anecdote, Louis Braille's body is buried in the Panthéon, a famous monument in Paris with a lot of other famous people, but his hands remains in the cemetery of his hometown. So I think that's all for our short history of Louis Braille.
Yeah, we hope that you've enjoyed this little introduction with the story of the Lego company, the story of Braille and Louis Braille. And just to go on, a few words, really short ones about Braille, because I know that we can say nearly 100% of you know everything about Braille, but we know that a few of the attendants and our mainstream teachers or student head, and they know, we can say, nothing or not much about Braille. So just for them to be easy to understand what we will speak about, is that a few points, that Braille is a code and not a language. That means that you just have to know a language and that which letter represent what in Braille, and that's it. We can say you can use Braille. A Braille cell is composed of 6 dots arranged in 2 columns of 3 dots. So as Maria has told you, that you have, it allows to have 64 possibilities, including space with no dots and 63 different combinations. And you can represent letters, numbers, punctuation sign, and musical Braille, and so on. But just a last word about that is, just if you have a look at the Braille cell with the 6 green dots, it's very easy to imagine that we can say no better tool than Lego brick could represent a Braille cell.
So now it's time to finally talk about the bricks, the Lego Braille Bricks.
Yeah, so a very short summary of what has happened till now. So we will present the different phases of Lego Braille Bricks. So the first phase was about the first prototype. So what was made, we can say who was the idea first to make the brick. Then the first testing also. In phase 2, you have it was further testing made with RNIB and with the decision of, we can say, what will be in the toolkit. And that was in this phase that were introduced a few lesson plans. So then in phase 3, you have the development of the pedagogical concept with, in fact, everything that we have made and written and what is in the actual website. And finally, phase 4 is, we can say, where we are now, because we have the toolkit that we will present in detail today. We also have the pedagogical concept that will be the point of the presentation in 2 days from now. And now that we have everything, we need to distribute the box everywhere in the world and to try to build a strong community that is on a good way, we can say. So Mary, can you give us more details about the different phases?
Sure, I can. We usually say that a lot of people think they've invented the LEGO Braille Bricks. We thought we did that. No, we knew we didn't not invent it, but we used some, and we used to make homemade bricks for many years now. So did the Brazilian people. You can see on the screen photos coming from the foundation Dorina No Wheel. So they came like us with the idea to use the LEGO bricks. As Marc explained, it's really the great tool to figure a Braille cell. So they came to see the LEGO group in 2017 with a prototype. You can have, you can see it on the screen in the picture, and it was a prototype using a 2x3 bricks, you know, the small brick with 2 row of 3 studs. That's how we did. Yes, at the beginning we used to cut the studs. Don't tell the LEGO group, but we don't do it anymore. So it was really great to have that size of brick, because it is really the Braille cell with the 6 dots. So that's what the Brazilian did. They had also a very nice box, and they came to see the LEGO group to find a way to produce that bricks in a big number, I might say. So that's how it started. In phase 2, the LEGO group made some group testings, in further testings in France, in Germany, Mexico, UK, US, and they also tested the bricks with lesson plan. You can see in that picture that it was the countries who made the testing made some improvement with the bricks, and in fact they decided to change the size of the brick just to be able to have the space in the brick to write the character, to print it in black, in print letters. So you can see now that they came to the 2x4 brick. That is the iconic LEGO brick, and it is bigger, so you have the room left for the 2 studs at the bottom to write and to print, in fact, the character. So that's really a nice improvement, because it helps the LEGO bricks to be inclusive. You can have access whether you can see or not. And a lot of other things were made and found during that phase. For example, also you can see on the screen that they used at the beginning an orange color, which is not used anymore, because we tried really to choose the color with the most contrast, as possible contrast. So that was one of the reasons for the choice of the color. At the end of that second phase, with the testing in various countries and the prototype, then came the final choice for the toolkit. And the number of bricks, we know now that the number of bricks is based on the frequency across 10 languages. So you know you have 10 different boxes, in fact, with 10 different languages. The Braille code is not the same in France as it is in English and in Spain. It depends the letter you're using in your own language. And for example, in France, we use a lot of letter E, but not a lot of W or Y. So that's why we don't have the same amount of letter in each toolkit. But you never have less than 4 letters of the same, and it can be up to 16, I think. Yeah. So the number of bricks has been calculated by a computer to know exactly how many bricks you need in which language. You will find also simple math and punctuation symbols. And of course, we had to make some compromises because of the size of the box. Not all the bricks fitted in it. So that was some tough and hard decisions to make, whether to choose this or this character. You'll find in the box 3 base plates. That's a great number. It was 2 at the beginning and maybe not enough to have one for storage plate or just to use the box with several kids. And yeah, we talked about already the color selection for its bricks. It's random, but it's really important that there is a high contrast between the bricks. So that's how the color selection was made, but it's random. Just one same letter has the same color. All the letter A are red, if I remember correctly. Letter B are yellow, and so on.
And just before we go on, there is a question about the frequency, but it's not easy to understand, to answer that question, because it really depends on the language. So you really have to have information with your local partner about that.
And is it from Scramble? No, I think it's a computer program who maybe it comes from Scramble. I don't know yet. There does not seem to be any blank space bricks. Oh, no. No blank space bricks. What we do is that you leave the space and you figure, you imagine it is a space, and then you put another one.
Yeah, and just a last word about that is that really the number of bricks cannot exceed, we can say 300 or 350 in the box, otherwise it won't fit. So that's why there were decisions that had to be made.
Yeah, we chose to add more letter and number bricks, but no blank space. So we're gonna have a look at another video, a short unboxing video. And just to start it, to begin, to let you know that you have that box and 2 kind of lid on top of it, one in plastic, so you take it off, and then you have a cupboard with 2 sides, funny and really nice logo of LEGO Braille Bricks, and on the other side you have the overview, and that's really helpful when you want to sort the bricks, to find one, to know which color is what letter, and so on. So maybe we can just take a look at the video now.
Yeah, and you may find answer to all your questions in that video.
Yes,
we hoped so.
Hello, my name is Stina Storm, and I'm the project manager for this wonderful project, LEGO Braille Bricks. I'm extremely proud to show you this product today in what we call an unboxing video, and I look forward to showing you the contents. This is the top card, which is in the box, and it shows the visual design of the LEGO Braille Bricks concept. It shows how Braille opens up a world of experiences for the children. This is an overview of the Braille alphabet. In this case, it is English, but each toolbox in each different language has a different top card, of course, showing all the bricks in the toolkit. So these are the LEGO Braille Bricks, pre-packed in small plastic bags, which of course can be thrown away once you've opened the toolkit the first time. So these are 2 examples of LEGO Braille Bricks. In this case, the letter A or the number 1. And this is the number sign indicating that it is a number in this case. In each toolkit, there's this funny little orange thing, and we call it a brick separator. For those of you who have played with Lego, you know that 2 bricks can be put together with what we call clutch power. So often it's actually a little bit difficult to get 2 bricks or a brick from a base plate separated. So hence we use the brick separator, which you use in this manner. Very simple and very easy. There are 3 base plates in the toolkit, which allows more children to learn together. You can also use one of the base plates to pre-sort the LEGO Braille Bricks. In this case, I've done it alphabetically. This also shows that there are different amounts of each letter in the toolkit. So naturally, you're going to be using more vowels. So hence A and E, for example, there are more bricks. For the LEGO Braille Bricks, we have chosen 5 iconic LEGO colors, also to ensure that the contrast between the print and the brick itself is strong enough. Now, the colors of each individual brick is absolutely random, apart from the fact that the math symbols are all in white, which allows you to distinguish them between the numbers. At the LEGO Foundation, we strongly believe in learning through play, and therefore we've designed a pedagogical teaching method and concept that goes with the toolkit. So on the website, legobraillebricks.com, we have lots of activities designed for both pre-Braille and Braille skills. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing video and that you're curious to learn more about this concept. Please enjoy, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Okay.
So the aim of the video is, oops, I'm muted. I was talking, but I was muted. We have 2 computers to deal with the video, so that's why it's a little complicated. And went a little, yeah. So of course you've seen that there are a lot of information in this video, but if you still have more, don't hesitate to ask them in the chat. We can say, to summarize things, it's as you can see, a new fun tool. And of course, it's a good tool to learn Braille and also to make Braille popular. And that's really a strong point that in which we believe very strongly, because usually when a blind student attend a regular school, if, for example, he's using an old typewriter, a Perkins Brailler or stuff like that, that's not very engaging. And as I'm not sure that the friend and the same pupils of the class would love to play and share the same tools that a blind student is using. And in this case, with LEGO Braille Bricks, we've seen that everybody is enthusiastic about using the LEGO bricks. So that's a really important point for that.
They are not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
They love it.
They are not ashamed of it. And for some of the child that can see a little while and they hesitate between Braille and print, with large print, for example, it's also a good way for them to be engaged in the learning process of Braille.
Someone is asking on the chat, will you make Braille more popular if only blind children receive the bricks? Most of the time, the children are in inclusive educational settings. So that's one way to make it popular. As we say, if they are not ashamed to share this tool with others, and if they can play with others, that's one way to make it popular. Of course, we know that it will be great if a lot of sighted child or adults can have access to this toolkit, but so far there are not so many sets, and they are distributed to visually impaired children.
Yeah, and that leads us to the next point, which is to learn through play in inclusive setting, we can say. And we wanted to share with you an information because we, on another side, we work also with UNESCO on inclusive education. And we have discovered not that far away what is called Salamanca Statement. And it was established in 1994. So that's an old statement, we can say, but that's a very important one because it's I'm going to read it and to give you just a few explanation about that. Every child has unique characteristic, interests, abilities, and learning needs. Educational systems should be designed and educational programs implemented to meet these diversity among children. schools with an inclusive orientation are the most effective means of combating and preventing discriminative attitudes and building up an inclusive society. And that's, we can say, an old statement, but it is not still a reality. Now in the world, more about, we can say that 188 countries have signed to reach this statement by the year 2030, so in 10 years from now. So that is to say that, of course, we can say in some country that's very easy because there are more and more blind students in mainstream schools, but that's not everywhere the case. And the person that has asked the question, I suppose that the person is working in a specialized school, for example. But also, even if you work in special schools, not all the students are blind. They can have other disabilities or they can have low vision, and that's also an inclusive way to learn. So just a very quick overview of for who are those bricks, because they cannot be used by children aged under 4. That's for security reason. It's not possible to play and to learn with those little bricks if you are under 4. And
stroke issue.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's if you swallow them.
And it's we have written that that's 4 and up because it really depends on your country and the way of doing, but usually we say that it's between 4 and 18 years old. We have made a lot of works with with older students that are doing math and complex exercise in math with the Lego bricks, and it works very good. And also you can have children with other disabilities or children that have to learn Braille, but at not very earlier in their life, but maybe if they became blind, if they are 10 or 12. And an important thing is that is in educational settings learning Braille. So that's always through schools or services. And that's why we really trust on the professionals and the professional that you are.
Or practitioners who work for themselves.
And also another point is that it's distributed for free for now in 21 countries, and that's always through national partners well known in the field of blindness. So we will give you a few information of that when we will give a few words about the website.
Yeah, here we come with the website. So on Thursday, we're going to talk about the pedagogical concept, which comes with the toolkit. You can find it on the website, www.legobraillebricks.com. So we're going to talk more on Thursday about that. So I won't do it today. That's not the point. And I can see questions also about the use for math learning purpose. That's what we're gonna talk about on Thursday, and on other dates also with the hands-on webinar. We're gonna have one about numeracy. I think it's the last one. Yeah.
And just a few words just to answer Natalia about the math learning purpose. We are also having a sharing session on Facebook, so that if you are interested in different subjects, music, math, or stuff like that, you can give and share that information with other partners, with other practitioners.
I can see also another question about, it's no silly question, about the top and bottom of brick. Yeah, we have, you also see that we have a hands-on session on the category of activities called orientation, and it's all about that, how to orientate the bricks, how to play, to find activities to do that and to help the kids. So I just yeah, advise you to come on Thursday or watch us on YouTube if you are not allowed to, and then also come for our next webinars, our hands-on webinars about manipulation, orientation, all the pre-Braille category, and we will talk about activities to learn how to orientate the bricks. Just to go on with the LEGOBrailleBricks.com website, we're going to talk about it also on Thursday, but just a short view of where you can find info about bricks. So you can go on Learn More on the front page or click in the About. As you can see, you have a full text about LEGO Braille Bricks. You have also a movie. We saw it with Met in the first webinar, but you can have access on the website to it. You also have the video transcript, a lot of information about the LEGO Foundation. You can click and have access to the LEGO Foundation site and the lego.com website. And you have also the Get Bricks section where you find things about the toolkit, as we talked about today, and the list of all the official partners in the country that have launched. For example, yeah, you saw Australia, Canada, Denmark. You just click on the country and it opens and you see who is the national partner in that country. I saw a question about that, who is the distributor in the United States, so you have it, the link. And on the footer, you have a quick access to the Facebook group and contact us. If you have any questions during that webinar or the other and you want to talk to us, you just have to reach us via the contact us button and we're going to receive your emails and we can answer you in that way. So
yeah, just a last word about the partners and about the distribution, because they are organized in 2 different waves. So for now, there are only 7 countries that have started the distribution. So just for you to know, that's Brazil, UK, USA, France, Norway, Germany, and one is missing. And Denmark, of course, yeah. the country of LEGO. So they have started the distribution in those countries, and wave 2 will start very soon in January and February. So even if you're living in not the 7 countries that I've mentioned, you will not have to wait that long to have bricks.
I can see many questions in the chat. Someone says that bottom of the brick is the 2 plant cells for position 7 and 8. Yes, we decided to use only the 6 dots Braille and not the 8 dots. So you'll never find a brick with a dot 7 or dot 8 like you can see on computers, a Braille computer, and it's always empty. So that's a way we teach the children that they have to find that gap, that flat space at the bottom of the brick to be sure that the brick is in the right position. Also, another questions about the size of the brick. It is jumbo Braille. It's not the real size Braille. It is bigger than the Braille on paper. You know that the Braille Cell has the exact same size as the one that Louis Braille came with, decided.
The regular one.
Yeah, the regular one. It's exactly the same as in 1829. I was surprised to learn that. So it is bigger on the brick, we know that, but you will see on the hands-on webinar that we're going to make that we have a lot of movie with children, and you will see them reading the bricks with their fingers. So it's not in one time under the pulp of the finger. You have to move a little bit, but I was really surprised they can do it very quickly.
Yeah, and I also think that is important. In fact, if you are working with a very young students and we're doing all the pre-Braille activity, it's all the activities are based on that kind of jumbo Braille cell, so that's not a point. And we were surprised and happily surprised that if you give the bricks to a person that knows already Braille, even if the person is only 6 or 7 years old, they have access very, very easily to what is on the brick, and they can read whatever is on the brick.
Yeah. Yes, someone, did I say 1829 or 1929 for Braille?
I don't know who made the mistake. Is it Stuart or is
maybe
it
it is me. So he invented Braille in 1829.
Yeah,
a long time ago. And I think we have a last information today about the community. Can you talk to us about the Facebook community, Marc?
Yeah, about to be part of the LEGO Braille Bricks community on Facebook. That's the way that we have found to have an international community, because when you're on Facebook, you can write in your language and have the immediate translation into your own language. So that's very easy. And just for you to know, we really want this community to be a group of practitioners. So that's why when you will go for the first time on the page, you will be asked to answer 3 questions about your position, about the age of the students you are taking care, and what is your interest in LEGO Braille Bricks. Because the aim is not to see who you are exactly, but that's really to be sure that it's a group of practitioners and we are there to share their information and really pedagogical information. So if you are just a LEGO fan, or if you just want to know where to buy the bricks because you have heard of this, you are not the target audience, we can say, of this community.
We don't want to waste time with non-relevant posts.
Yeah, that's why we have chosen to do that.
Yeah, okay. So far, how many are we in the community?
We are more than 700 now. It went faster and faster. Of course, we have a lot of people of the Wave 1 partners country, because they have access to bricks, so they can share now their tips and tricks and what they are doing with the bricks.
I think UK is the winner.
For now, yeah. The most people are coming from UK, so.
Great.
Yeah, we were discussing yesterday with RNIB and.
Yeah, you did well.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of English people. Okay, so.
Yeah, just a last word, because of course, if you have questions, you can go on and continue to ask them, but it's already the end of this session. And just for you to know that, of course, this presentation today was about the toolkits, but the main in our point and the important things to know is that it is based on a strong pedagogical concept, and that will be the purpose of the webinar in Thursday.
And so, in fact, of all the others.
Yeah, exactly, because the one in 2 days will be about general information and for you to have all the clue to understand what is in the website. But then you will have different also webinars about pre-Braille manipulation, orientation, constellation, and Braille activities also. And we really encourage you to register if you are not disappointed, we can say, by the session today. And if you want to know more and more and to keep sharing, we really engage you to register to those webinars.
Yes. That's the next one we're going to have. So it's called Pedagogical Concept, Play-Based Teaching Method. And I think it's time now for another session of questions, if you want. I think everyone is allowed to unmute and talk. So let's do it. We're going to stay here until we have some questions. Can see someone is coming. Oh.
Hi, can you see me?
Yeah.
So I've had a few questions. The first and most obvious of them all, I have no idea if any Braille related, but it seems to have any relation between A and 1. It's the same symbol for the letters. Okay. So the other question that I have is for I don't know how you say that. I think you're going to understand me, but the rest won't. The malvoyants, not the people that are forcefully blind, but that people with visual difficulties. There seems to be a relation between the colors that they see with the letters and the letters. Was that any concern on the design of the brick related to that, or just random colors?
You said earlier, it's colors with a lot of contrast between them and the base plate. So that was made in purpose to be sure that you quickly can see the brick and you can distinct one from another. And you talk about A is number 1. That is in most of the Braille language, but not in French. And letter A is not a number 1. It's a letter A with an accent. That is a number 1.
Okay. And third and the last, I swear, why there's well, I think you responded a little bit earlier, but why do you have this approach to make it a closed environment for the acquiring the breaks and making it like not accessible for everyone? Why is the idea of having it closed or restricted to associations and institutes?
Yeah, and
it's a question of money.
Yeah, and that not just this. We have mentioned the Lego group, which made, we can say, the product, but those bricks are distributed for free by the Lego Foundation, and not really. That was not made to be sell or stuff like that. That's really to improve Braille skills and to
learn
make Braille
popular.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll have further questions, but I'm gonna leave everybody else talk.
Yeah, and I think that you live in France.
I do.
Yeah, so maybe you can also contact the local partner.
Someone says in the chat something really true. It belongs to the service, not the child. As they grow, they get older, the kit moves to another child. Yeah, it costs a lot to produce one toolkit. So the Lego Lego Foundation, so they made a lot of them, but to be sure that they are used and not storage in shelves or somewhere, that's why they are for the children but not given to them. And we know that we know for sure we've been doing our homemade Lego with Marc for many years, and we saw that sometimes if you give them to the child, they will use for months, weeks, maybe years, and then they will put it somewhere and forget about it. So yeah, it can be a shame that the other won't have them. So that's why. Maybe another question.
Yeah, there is a question about do you consider making the corners rounded because it's kind of sharp, we can say. No, we can say that, and that's important for us also too, is that they are like classic bricks. And
they fit with all the classic bricks.
Yeah, and if you change different things, they won't. You won't be able to combine them with regular bricks, and that's really a pity, we can say.
Yeah, I might have said that earlier. I should have. They have exactly the same shape, and it's made with. They were made with special molds because of the studs on top of them, but the same size and shape. And the 2x4 brick is really great because the length is half of the. No, the opposite. The larger is the double of the length. I don't know how to say it. Sorry, but you know what I mean. So if you take in one side, you can put two. So that's really interesting in construction when you build things, and you can also attach them together to make some construction. So you can hide Lego Braille bricks among classic bricks and so on. So we talked about also, you know, to cut a little bit the corner, to orientate the bricks easily, things like that, but it's too difficult to make molds like that. And then that won't allow you to hide the bricks among others, to build things. And so That's why it's exactly the same shape and mold and plastic and thing. Just you have the studs. You not always have the 6 of them or the 8 of them as you should have on these bricks.
Yeah, and there is a question about if in the future you will have the possibility to have spare parts, because if the children have lost letters, or if you have lost letters, because that's very easy, we can say, to lost 1 or 2 bricks. But for the moment, that's really something that you have to see with your local partner if they are organizing something like that, but it's not very easy to do. And also it will be part of the presentation that will be by the end of December about tips and tricks. You will find ways to make your own LEGO Braille bricks. And that's a good way to, if you have lost a certain letter, or if a combination that you would like to have and is not in the box, you can make your own one. And they are quite good, we can say. They are not the same, but we have different ideas to do that.
Yeah, and we're gonna share that in hands-on webinar. Which one it is? Tips and tricks number 2, I think.
Yes. Yeah, you sure?
I think.
Yeah, because number 1 is about all about the base plate.
Yes, and sorting bricks and things like that. So.
Yeah. So we are not answering right now, but you will have to register to the next one.
Another question, please. Don't leave us alone.
That's a long question.
Yes. I know that some people have other meetings right now, so have to leave us. Bye and see you soon, I hope. Oh, who are we? So we are French, both of us, and we are right now Braille consultant for the LEGO Foundation, but I am an occupational therapist, French one, and Marc is a TVI, also French.
Yeah,
and we've been working for more than 20 years with Braille and visually impaired children in different settings, inclusive schools, itinerant services, association for the blind and visually impaired.
Yeah. And also we now have our own company that is called MAM Braille Consulting.
And we've been working also with UNESCO for many years about inclusive education for the visually impaired children, mostly in South America and Africa.
Yeah, and I can see that Lauren, I think, has written an interesting thing about, we can say, orientation and mobility. A lot of the practitioners in the Facebook and in the community are O&M, and they're welcome to be here. And we are also working, like we can say, in math and in music, and O&M is really a thing that we would like also to add more and more activity about that. Okay. As there are no activity for now in the website, but we are working on it.
And we've been, someone says that TVI, it's teacher for the visually impaired or specialized teacher. We say that in France. And we've been working for 1 year on that pedagogical concept. In fact, we wrote all the 19 activities you can find on the website and all the information that you have on the legobraillebricks.com website. So I think we know the activities. I hope we remember all of them. No one wants to talk or to ask questions. You can do it, I think. Yeah.
But you can, if you don't want to ask questions today, you can ask questions the other days, because we will make the presentation for the whole following webinar. So if you're not having questions right now, you can of course participate in the other ones. And also I've seen that some people are coming just now, so maybe that's a problem of time, and they maybe have misunderstood that a thing that is important. All the webinars are starting at 4 p.m. GMT. That is in 11 a.m. in New York, for example. That's 5 in Paris, and that's 4 in London.
Were we involved in the prototype development? Yes, yes. We were not all the time, but we came in the process, yes, at one point. So, for example, what did we do? We talked about the colors, the characters. There was no apostrophe at the beginning, and that was a major issue for us in French. If you don't have an apostrophe in the toolkit, you won't be able to write even a small sentence in French. So now we have one. We fought for that, not too much, but what again do we have?
We have thank you.
Yeah. No, but once again about the recording. So we are recording this session, and we have a YouTube channel. We have to download all the videos on our YouTube channel, which is the LEGO Braille Brick YouTube channel. So we will add all the links to the recorded video on the website, and also you will see posts on Facebook about that as soon as they will be ready and available on YouTube. So we will put them on the website, on Facebook, and share with all the partners in different countries. So you will have access to all of them. And we're going to have, I think, a second row of webinar next year. So if someone received the box after and want to attend again, that will be possible.
Yeah, and I see a question about .6 for capital indicator. Yes, you have .6, and in the English box, you also have .5. And you have number sign also.
With whom did you test the bricks? It says the testing were in various countries, 6 of them. So with a lot of different children and different ages, braille knowledge, so from 4 to 18. And you will see in the hands-on webinars that we also managed to film some children using them. So I think the youngest is 4 and the oldest 14, I think. Now schools are...
Yeah, one of them is 18.
18, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she
Carla,
is.
yeah.
I've forgotten her. So we have a big scale, let's say.
Yeah, a whole breadth of ages.
Yes, and that the further testing were in the UK, US, France, Germany, and Denmark.
Yeah, and also about the hands-on webinars, we were very happy to have the opportunity to film children making the activities. That's always better. Just before we can keep on talking about the activities, but it's always better to see children playing and learning. And we are quite happy to, we have that opportunity. Because we are locked down now in France, so we cannot have access to schools, but we have made this just at the end of October. So
yeah,
if you want to see, we can say now that can be the last word. If you want to see those videos of children playing with the bricks, you just have to come and
on Thursday.
To join. Yeah, Thursday, and
next week it's gonna be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for the pre-braille categories. Tuesday manipulation, Wednesday orientation, Thursday constellation. We will explain you all about the categories, how they work, what is a pre-braille category. And then the next week, all the braille categories. So one webinar on Tuesday about braille characters, Wednesday about braille literacy, and Thursday about braille numeracy. So 2 big weeks, I must say, about the 6 categories of activities.
Yeah, and just to finish with the presentation of the next webinars. So after those presentations, there will be 2 webinars about tips and tricks, as we already said. And the last 2 will be, one will be about how to make a lesson plan with combining different activities, depending on the child you're working with, or with a skill that you would like to the children to work on. And the very last one is what we call a breakout session. We would like to share really that someone of the attendees can present a problem or a situation or a child or something like that, or an issue he has, and we will try to help and to build together a big, we can say, learning process, combining the activities and try to answer that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's all for now. Thank you very much for your attention.
We have a lot of merci beaucoup.
Yeah.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you for your time, and I hope we'll see you next Thursday and the week after that.
Yeah. So have a nice, we can say, evening for us, but maybe afternoon
day.
For you, or morning. And see you on Thursday.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.